Hey everybody, Daryl Muhammad here with darylmuhammad.net. Just wanted to weigh in on the buzz that's been surrounding Damon Dash's interview on the Breakfast Club. I mean, it was powerful. It's over 300, probably 400,000 views since March the 13th. But I wanted to go ahead and weigh in, not so much give my opinion, but just, address what has been said by Damon Dash and the backlash that he's getting. I just want Damon Dash to know that I support you, brother, 100% what you said. What you said is very timely and is very necessary, and we cannot promote, here in the black community, we cannot promote independence enough. It's very interesting to me. Here in America, as black people, we have to look at what's going on in our community, not from our selfish perspective. I have a job, I'm doing well, I'm all good. But what about our community? What about us as a people? All right. We always talk about how Mexicans stick together and how the Asians stick together and how whites stick together. We just talk about it. But when it comes down to facing it, like Damon Dash, he put it up in our face, we fight it. All right? We want to tear it down. Here we are, black people in America who allow other people to come into our neighborhoods, into our communities, establish businesses, and suck it dry. And here Damon Dash is trying to tell us that we need to go ahead and establish businesses, be independent, so we can go ahead and capture more of that economics that's fleeing from our hands. We gross over $1 trillion here as black people in America, right? We talk about, how long money stays in the community of other people, how long it stays in the Asian community and Hispanic community. We do all this talking, but what about the dollar that stays in our hands? How long does it stay in our hands? Several minutes? Well, how can it stay in our hands as long as it stays in the hands and circulate in other communities and we don't have businesses? We don't have independent businesses, as Damon Dash calls it, and I consider that a new definition or a new term, independent entrepreneurs. Because we have a lot of entrepreneurs, but they're not independent. They're controlled by outside forces. And that's what Damon Dash was saying. Be your own boss. Put up your own money. And then we don't have to be controlled by outside forces. What is wrong with that message? What is wrong with that message for black people here in America, coming from our history and our perspective? That's just from our perspective. We have to look at things from our perspective in our best interest. And everybody can't get a job. When have you known, unemployment to drop so low where it didn't make a difference? Where, like the young folks say, where they do that at? See, we're not speaking from facts, brothers and sisters. We're speaking from our emotions. We're speaking from opinions, right? And we know what they say about opinions. Opinion is like everybody has one. Right? That's why I wanted to weigh in. I wanted to come with a perspective, with some substance that we have to deal with. We talk about how high unemployment is in the black community, and it's double that in the teenagers. Our young people, black folks in America, unemployment rate is higher than twice as much as everyone else's. We complain. We beg for jobs. But what about starting our own business? We only have two options. Either you're employed or you create your own job. Well, it seems to me if you can't get a job, it seems like to me the other option is the only viable option available to you is to go out and create a job for yourself. See, that's what we're talking about. That's what Damon Dash is talking about. That's why I support the brother 1,000%. 1,000%. We as black people cannot talk enough about independence, enough about going out and starting our own businesses. We can't talk about that enough. We can only get one job at a time, brothers and sisters. But if we get together, pool our resources, start businesses, that one business can employ 3 people, 5 people, 10 people. Look how many people Microsoft employ. 50, 60, 70,000 people. I think the ratio mathematically is better. One business creates 5 jobs versus one person trying to get 1 job. One person trying to get 1 job. One person trying to get 1 job. What's wrong with that? Would you rather have a 5-to-1 ratio than a 1-to-1 ratio? That's not rocket science, brothers and sisters. That's what we have to do. We have to be independent. We have to be independent. We cannot talk enough about independent after coming from 310 years of slavery. That's all we should be talking about is independent. There's not enough jobs for everybody in America. Have we forgotten the truism that black people in America are the last hired and the first fired? Has that changed? It might change for you. You're one individual. But for our community, has that changed? What about the poor brothers and sisters that have felonies? I mean, that's done. We can't talk about what they shouldn't have done. That's done. They have a felony. Now the job market is this big. So that voice and trumpet of independence is right for them. It's right for us as well. How many of us have degrees and underemployed? America doesn't have any jobs. All right? For their own people, let alone for black people. They don't have any jobs. And the jobs that are creating are not replacing at the level, quality, and income level of the jobs that were lost. All right? You have people with master's degrees working at Walmart and sweeping floors and things of that nature. Do we not see that? Do we not see that here in America? And we want to beat up Damon Dash for him telling us that there is no pride in working for other people. No, there's no pride working for other people compared to the pride of a boss, of ownership, right? So I agree with Damon Dash, all right? And I agree with our brother, Dr. Watkins, who took position more on Damon Dash's side than the other side, all right? I'm with you, Dr. Watkins. You're a comrade and friend of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and that's enough for me. If you're a friend with my leader, my teacher, my guide, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, that's good enough for me, brother. So continue to do what you're doing, brother Dr. Watkins. And Damon Dash, I'm here, brother. I support you 1,000%. And look in your rearview mirror. Sooner or later, you'll see me. All right? So that's me, Daryl Muhammad, weighing in from DarylMuhammad.net. See you around. Take care.